up, everybody? You got it up. Now let me give you guys some tea. So I'm gonna try and summarize this one and make it as fast as so. I'll try and just brush over it. We're going to story ndefu. Lakini we joke inunua gari, be very careful. And I want to speak about someone called Clinton Githinji. Anauza gari pale place inaitwa Deal Gari. Okay, sijui kani kampuni yake ama anafanya kazi hapo, lakini ndo jamaa mwenye alinikaribisha jiji. This is January this year. Okay, so I'll make the story very fast. So I decide to get another car. Okay, so for my birthday this June I was to get an S-Class. All right, so of course kazi yetu ni ya kuchanga changa. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? So nianze mapema. So I get a Benz, an E-Class, and then nichange nikilipa nini, then I trade it in for another one. Ivo. That's the way it works. That's the way I've gotten all my cars. Okay. So Clinton sends me a G-Wagon from nowhere. I was just shopping. Actually, Muli had sent me another Benz that I saw someone else bought, but story for another day. So Muli had sent me that car, and I was like, no, I don't want a hybrid. I don't want an S350, nini. Me, I want S550. This my specs. I want it white on black, nini, and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it later. So from nowhere, Githinji sends me a G-Wagon. I'm like, hey, this G-Wagon is expensive. I don't have this money. He's like, oh, what are you looking for? Then I explained the vision to him. He's like, cool. I'm going to Costo to sell this G-Wagon. I'm gonna send you a couple of options. I'm like, cool. Gets to Costo, sends me a couple of cars, nini. Then I see one Benz that I like. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna take this one. So what do we do? What's the price? It tells me the price. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna do 50%. Then the rest I'm gonna spread it out in a couple of months, 6 months. He says, cool. I say, okay, cool. Send the contract. Kidogo, the guy does not send the contract. Then I decide to call my wakili. I'm like, hey, wakili ni aje, so I'm getting this whip, nini. Send the contract. This the guy's like, I even know this guy. He's the one who sold me my C200, nini. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then if you know it, then it's better. So get the contract ready, nini, send. Wakili makes a contract, sends the contract. Clinton receives it. Clinton's like, hey, mazara karaka maze tumado, nini, maze tumalize, nini. I go to the bank, I send the 50%. The 50% pay shilling in Billy is okay, man. All right, so I send the money. Then once I sent the money for the deposit, that is now where now shit hit the fan. That is when a lot of things started happening. All right. So first the guy told me, oh, you need to send some money for the trackers. No, standard procedure. I'm like, okay, cool. So I sent some 20 G's for the tracker. Oh, and my money, I sent him some money. I don't remember how much it was because it's January this year. Then he's like, send G money for fuel. Yes, because now I'm gonna drive back with the car. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I send the money for the fuel. So this guy apparently, so he never sent the signed copy of the contract to my wakili. Then my wakili also trusted him because it's someone they've done business with before. Haya. So wacha nisikimbie mbele kwa story, wacha nirudi nyuma. So the guy takes the car from the showroom and the guy disappears. Okay. So 2 days we're looking for the guy. I'm calling the guy. He's not picking. If he picks, ni kudimane jo na kama unajua ni nini. It's like, oh, send money for the service of the car. I'm like, hey, yo, I have my guy who brings me motis from Costo. So the guy's gonna pick the car, service it, nini. Then if he can Nairobi, ndio sasa tupelekesa proper service. Like, oh, but now insurance, nini. So I call my insurance. I'm like, hey, niaje, I have this car, this is the value, nini was insurance, okay, this, nini, boom, send. So cars insurance, I've sent fuel. Ule msee anafaa achukue gari anaitwa Ali. Achukue gari enda afanye service quick so the guy can drive it to Nairobi. All right. What does the guy do? The guy decides to disappear with the car in Costo for like, I think 2-3 days. And anapiga sherehe. So somehow in the conversation, I don't know, Mombasa car sellers wamejuana. So my car seller who's Mwangi, who's normally gotten me all the cars, including this one I'm in, Mwangi calls me. Hey, niaje, G, I'm like, niko fiti. Hey, kwani kumekuaje, nakiaje, nimesikia umebuy gari. I'm like, hey. Nimesikia umebuy gari. I'm like, yep. Kwani nilikuwaje kubai kwangu? I'm like, no, ilikuwa ni buy, si hata wewe ulikuwa wewe na Mulisi unajua unanichangamkia ati so ulikuwa unanitafutia, then umsaka tu magari fulani nikaipenda nikaona nichangamkie before msingine achukue. Nikasema sawa, ina noma. Lakini akanambia just tread carefully because ungeniuliza mapema nini. I didn't get what he was saying. Mimi nilikuwa tu zile is he a sales guy, anasikia kidogo nini. Nikasema okay cool, so tukaendelea. All right, so that is part 1. I'm coming back with part 2. Yeah, so welcome back. Got it up in the building. This is part 2. Kugongwa story ya gari. All right, so Mwangi called me. We had the conversation. I'm giving you a recap. Umsa amechukua gari pia kidogo Mombasa, mamekuwa mingi hatuwezi mpata nini whatever. So I put my people on it in Mombasa, so they start tracking the guy. So na track gari, naona gari imeenda sijui wapi, imeenda wapi, sijui kwa bagani nini. So apparently kwa showroom pia alikuwa amempatia I think like 40 G's and above, something like that. And some money I've also given him as well, facilitating the sale. So my guy finds this guy in an Airbnb. So gari kwa parking, atumia picha ya gari kwa parking. Then umsi ako kwa Airbnb ameka kwa stairs, amewaka mbaya. I still have that video until now. Amewaka maza, amekaa hivi kwa stairs, maza amevaa kinyasa, I think na top ya black. Amekaa hivi man. So I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, yani mimi nangoja gari na umse ameenda. I'm like, so nikamwambia umse bwana angalia kama kuna key hapo nini, ana key. I'm like, sasa tume kama key imepotea sasa. Sijui nini. You know most of these pre-owned vehicles zinakuwa sometimes na key moja, and then kutengeneza hizi key za gari kaa hii Benz nini zinakuwa bit is not that cheap. Okay, I'm like, mambo gani haya? So they got me hapana, ako tu sawa, wewe mwache tu nini, si first time anauza magari nini, so akiamka organize. So kidogo the following morning kitu was it 10 a.m. or something, tunaona gari imechomoka. Tumefuata kwa map, the guys of the showroom and myself. Gari imechomoka, gari inaenda. Gari kafika mahali between, so kutoka Mombasa mtu anafikanga na Mtito ama Voi. There's one place that you get to first before you get to the other one. So between those two places there's another place again. Gari lika hapo for 2 hours. I'm like, this is not Mtito, it's not Voi. Why is the car here for 2 hours? So I just started thinking, maybe vitu zinabadilisha kwa gari ama whatever. I'm like, okay cool. So nikapigia Ali, nikamwambia Ali ni aje chukua gari sasa hivi, ondoka Mombasa, fuata gari iko place fulani, kufika place fulani nipigie na kwambia ndio uchukue gari nini. So Ali starts coming. So Ali amechomoka hivi 30 minutes into the trip. Ali akishachomoka Mombasa, ile gari pia imetoka. Inaenda. So kidogo nani akani text, tuma pesa fuel Clinton. I'm like, huh? Pesa fuel? What do you mean pesa fuel? I sent you pesa fuel, mimi nifikishie gari jinsi ambavyo tulikuwa tumeelewana. Boss, tuma fuel kama unataka gari ifike. Akasema stumi. Kidogo I think it was Voi. So sasa amefika Voi, yes. Kidogo gari imechomoka. So gari imechomoka because you know now the car's a tracker, so I can see it on my phone, because when I call the showroom wakaambia mtu akani wekea, akaniambia download nini tuka install. So mimi naiona, showroom wanaiona. Alafu sa showroom ananiambia no, you just get the car there. Sijui ni wacha niseme jina ya showroom. Okay? So gari imekuja. Gari kufika Mtito wa Ndei tunaona gari kwa Mtito wa Ndei imekaa kitu kama 1 hour. Gari imekaa Mtito wa Ndei na sasa Ali bado nakuja. Naona gari iko Mtito wa Ndei police station. I'm like, mambo gani haya? Gari iko Mtito wa Ndei police station. Like, ameenda kusalimia mtu, alikuwa ampea mtu lift, amefanya nini, amegongana, bad accident, what's happening? Is he okay? He's not picking calls then. Haya, so showroom nini masimu nini kapata OCS Mtito wa Ndei nini kupiga simu, mambo bosi nini Obinna ni mambo Obinna nini, kuna gari yangu nimeona iko hapo, what seems to be the issue? Sasa huyu jamaa apparently amedrive Voi, amefuel Voi na ka drive off na hajalipa. I'm like, huh? Yeah, sasa umse amefuel Voi, aka drive off na hajalipia mafuta. I'm like, god damn it. So solution tu sasa alipie mafuta sijui nini, alafu pia unajua polisi nini whatever. Of course he has inconvenienced the police. So apparently when the guy was asking me for money for fuel in Voi, he actually needed the money, and the money I had given him, and the money the showroom had given him, and the other money for the fuel as well that I had given him, zote alikuwa amefanya nini? Amenyorosha sherehe, amepiga sherehe. Na hata ile pesa alikuwa ananitisha ya kuservice gari, ile alikuwa ananiambia, "Oh, tuma pesa ni service gari atafika ni." Alikuwa anataka kuchukua ndio aninyoroshe. So I did not send it. Na pia akupelekea Ali gari. So I speak to the guys, I'm like, "Okay, cool. So what's gonna happen? Let him deal with this shit. My other driver is coming, akifika mtampatia gari, alafu akuje nayo Nairobi." All right? So this is end of part 2. See you in part 3. Aya, so Ali amekuja akafika nini, Ali akaingia police station nini, akachukua gari kwake akachomoka. So kuchomoka pia sijui akatumia pesa na nani akalipa, sijui hiyo cash bill ama whatever, akachomoka. So amechomoka na nani? Wamechomoka na Ali. So mimi nikapigia Ali, "Hey, ni aje? Mzuri sana bosi, ndio nimechukua gari sasa tunakuja." Nikamwambia, "Mnakuja na nani?" Mimi na Clinton. Nikamwambia, I don't want him in my car. Kashuke, achana naye, apambane kivyake. Huyo msame ni tesa kutoka sijui, I think I paid for the car, I think on Friday or Thursday, and this was like I think Sunday or Monday. It took a couple of days akipiga sherehe. Don't remember exactly how many days. Yeah. So I said, "Okay, cool. What's gonna happen?" All right. So I said, "Staki umse akuje kwa gari yangu." So umse akashuka. After like 5-10 minutes aliana anapiga ananiambia, "Bosi, hii gari sio nikifika Nairobi." Anambia, "Kwa nini?" Bwana, gari kidogo shida. Miguu, sijui mguu imefanya nini. Rimu kidogo kakunjikana, mguu imefanya sijui nini, na pancha hii, sijui bumper kafanya nini." Kambia nitumie video. Akatuma video. I looked at the camera like, "Oh shit." So miguu, the front kuna, so if you look at my Benz pale mbele kuna kaka kitu ka shiny yako hapo kwa nose hapo chini kamevunjika nini. I'm like, shit. I'm like, okay. Haya, nikamwambia atafuta garage hapo alafu tuone utafanyaje. Sasa atafuta garage, wakafungua nini miguu akatoa, sijui akafanya nini nikachomelewa, a lot of things. So apparently now the tires that were on this car were not even the same that me had seen in the picture and everything. And if I have the time, probably I'll share like pictures of my Benz when it was in the showroom, the way it was fire. Okay, so akatengeneza nini, katuma doni nini, akakuja Nairobi, gari kafika nini. Was I in Nairobi that time? Ama was I having a show? Because I remember when I just went home, then nikapata gari kwa parking. Yeah, then after that one, now my Nairobi mech took the car to do everything, and the services and everything for that car costed me around 400 G's. Okay? So later, now, it starts hitting me. So I find out the way Clinton had told me about the car, because, I did not go to Mombasa. I sent someone, but likuwa msemenye pia Clinton, alambia, "Oh, kama trust tu jamani nini." Nikasema, okay. So, what Clinton had portrayed about the car wasn't true, ama kuna tu vitu zenye either aliharibu ama alitoa ama whatever. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Okay? So sitaki kumwekelea hiyo story. However, the condition of the car and the condition that it was on the showroom was not the same. So I start talking with the showroom nini. So nime complain this story whatever nini. So imefika towards the end of January now, when I'm supposed to make the first installment for that month for the next 6 months. Then I make the first installment, and then I think the showroom guy asked me, is like, balance when? Can be a C balance for the next academy? No. So you're supposed to pay 50%. Then the balance is supposed to pay them in 2 equal installments. Okay. Then even the amount of the car, amount nilikuwa nimeagree na Clinton, showroom kumbe hawajui your amount wanajua ni different, and it's way more than the amount I'd agreed with Clinton. I'm like, yo, hey, mambo gani haya? So I start talking to them, hey, no, nini, I'm trying to explain, ndio hii contract hata nini. Showroom wakanitumia contract yao, ndio hii contract that tulipatia Clinton. So what happened was, Clinton was given a contract with the showroom. He did not give me. And the contract my wakili gave Clinton to give the showroom, he never gave them. My friend, nilimba Yesu ni Bwana. Wacha sasa tuanze kukimbizana sasa na showroom sasa. oh, sisi tunataka pesa yetu nini. I'm like, hey man, this girl is your representative. Kwani gari kitoko ikifika hapa mko amejua nani anabai nini whatever. So it was an oversight on my end, on my wakili's end, on the showroom's end. I'm just like, oh shit. Clinton picks him mpaka saizi. Until now, that guy bought it in January. Until now, he doesn't pick calls, whatever. Oh, by the way, his matter is with the DCI. And somehow his phone is just off. They've been tracking him down. Clinton, I know you'll see this. Yeah, I'm looking for you, G. And my time will come. So, they've been tracking him down. His phone is always off. He's always constantly somewhere. Mara kuzui na rumoru wako wapi. Nini. Time wana triangulate, wanapata nini. He's always operating on WhatsApp. So, showroom tukaanza kuvutana ni nini, wacha sasa nianze kukazana sasa kulipa sasa. I'm like, yo. Sasa showroom akanambia, ni aje sasa sisi hii ndio agreement yetu. So sipolipa now we're gonna take back the moti. I'm like, so nishalipa 50%. I've spent over around 400 G's remaking this car. You see? So the balance is even way less than what, and then you're taking as who for who? We? Nakwambia sasa mambo sasa ikaanza kuwaka. The next part loading, the next part gani 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 loading. Wacha nimalizie hapa because of time, but next. Welcome back. I think this is gonna be the last part of this mini TikTok IG FB series. All right. So, where was I with the story? The showroom. Yeah, tuanza kimbizana showroom. Hey, nikamwambia showroom, listen. I'm not saying I can't pay. I'm not saying I don't want to pay. But the reason why I told Clinton I'm gonna pay like this, because that's what I'm capable of paying, so that I can also still do the others, recurrent expenditure, pay my bills, pay my staff and everything. So right now, for me telling you, I'm gonna get like about 2 mics somewhere, boom, shika. So let's agree. Showroom, oh, pressure. The other day, my bro is in town. Showroom wametuma wasewa repossess. So my bro in town with the car. Oh, tumetuma tuchukue gari. Alafu sijui akaongeza sijui amount sijui ilikuwa sijui how much was it? Some ridiculous amount of money. Sijui for ribo. Ndo akanipigia ni aje? Hawa sio kuna wasio wako hapa tawa anasema hiyo je gari. Ngambia uko wapi? Sijui Nation Center hapa. Ngambia usitoke ndani ya gari. Give me 5 minutes. Munez, Omosh, Nani, Teke town. This is happening. Wakafika. Oh, and my bro and my dad by then in the car. I think my dad and my mom. Nakwambia acha kina Munez wafike. Iliwaka. Iliwaka nikamwambia, hey, let's just go to court. Let's go and get this matter before a judge and see, because okay, so what also normally happens is this. So some showrooms in Mombasa are very hostile, even in Nairobi, showrooms generally. So you also need to be very careful. So they will give you a unit, and then they start changing the terms on the contract to suit them. And these terms are meant to frustrate you. The same as some of these loan companies. Most of these loan companies, by the way, they're not in the business of giving you a loan. Then the business of repossession. So they give you a loan, then you just default once and then they get back. That's how they make their markup and they make good money. Okay, so their business to frustrate you. And some showrooms are like that. So at this time, I was like, Nikama Clinton is in cahoots with this showroom, so they want to frustrate me. Yes, man, you as a can. The matter is the DCI. Even DCI called the showroom. They're like, hey, yo, this and this is what's happening, and this is what we are doing. So head to DCI Mombasa and have this. They never went. My wakili is like, okay, let me talk to your wakili. Oh, they don't want to go. I'm like, oh, nikambia sawa. So nikekagari kwangu, nikambia haya. So I started operating a lot with the Benz, and I was like, kuja samu nipate nayo. Kuliko mpate nayo someone else. So like, my bro can use the range, whatever. So me I was doing the Benz, waiting for them to come. They find me because samu kinipata nayo sasa patachimbika sasa. Mbogi yangu ya maboda na nini sasa mambo iwake sana. But it was an interesting occurrence, and somehow nikangangana nikalipa. I even paid the extra amount of money hizo zenye nani alikuwa ameweka hapo, zenye Clinton alikuwa hajaniambia za showroom. So I paid extra above and beyond. And what else happened? I finished paying. I got the logbooks transferred and everything. Nini got cleared. What else did I want to say in this story? What else did I want to say in this story? Got the logbook. I've forgotten what I wanted to say in that story. However, lesson learned. For anybody who wants to buy any property, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whatever it is that has some money some money to it, be very careful with the contract that you have. Read it. If it's a car, ensure a person you trust goes to the showroom, signs, rubber stamps, and you agree on the terms, because wanageuka. Na wakigeuka wanakuacha motoni. Wakikuacha motoni, sasa unabaki hapo uko tu zile za okay. Yeah. So myself, I learned the hard way, and I paid the price dearly, and now I know. Now I'll do better. So any other person out there who wants to deal with a guy called Clinton Gidinji, who works at or with or for, or who owns Dilgari, be very careful. He's a very slippery fellow, and I'll have my day in court. All right, we out. I hope this teaches someone something.